Hey everyone, Ben Yunson here. Today we're going to be looking at a guitar of mine that a lot of you have asked me about. Now those of you who've been following me for some time will be able to recall that this was for many years my main guitar. Now it still is a guitar that I use a lot, but mostly for recording these days. Before we go any further, make sure to hit subscribe down below and click the bell for notifications so you don't miss any of my new videos. And if you'd like to learn my approach to guitar, make sure to check out bensguitarclub.com. The guitar that we'll be looking at today was part of the AS family of guitars made by Ibanez. Now initially the AS family of guitars, starting in 1979, featured the AS200 and the AS100. By 1980, a third AS guitar was introduced, and this guitar was the AS50, which is exactly what I have here in a cherry red finish. The AS50 is unique in that it features a body shape that is actually 15% smaller than what you'd find with the AS200 or AS100, and to my knowledge this makes it the first commercially available small body semi-acoustic guitar of its kind. Both the AS200 and the AS100 were best known for having two Super 58 pickups, whereas the AS50 was best known for having two V2 pickups, or Vintage 2 pickups, which were known for their high output and strong upper mid-range. In fact, the AS50 was billed in one of the 1981 Ibanez catalogs as the Little Screamer, and having played this guitar for a long time, I think that's about right. The Ibanez story is really significant at this point in history, that is the mid to late 70s, as they were the only serious competitor in a guitar market that was dominated by more established brands that were, according to many people at the time, showing a significant decline in build quality, largely due to cost cutting. But around this time, Ibanez, on the other hand, was ready to offer up some new designs with a lot of attention to detail. And all of a sudden these great guitars started showing up in the hands of everyone from George Benson to Patrick Simmons from the Doobie Brothers, to Pat Metheny to Paul Stanley from Kiss. You even saw Ibanez basses showing up in the hands of Alphonso Johnson, Sting, John McVie, and so many other great bass players of the time. My particular interest lies with the amazing semi-acoustic and full hollow body electric guitars that were being designed and released by Ibanez around this time, particularly George Benson's first signature model, the GB10, which was released in 1977 and happens to be the longest running signature model in Ibanez history. I was also very interested in the Pat Metheny signature prototype model, which wasn't really seen that much. I think you can get a glimpse of it on Joni Mitchell's Shadows and Light concert from 1979. Also, John Scofield's famous AS200 from 1981, and additionally one of the most popular semi-acoustics to be released by Ibanez, Lee Ritenour's signature model, the LR10, which you also see a lot of people playing to this day. At a certain point in time, all four of these guitarists were known to have been players of one of the more established brands that I mentioned earlier, but it speaks to Ibanez's attention to detail and incredible build quality that all four of these guitarists and so many more throughout the 70s, 80s and beyond moved over to Ibanez. In the beginning you heard me soloing with my trusty Ibanez AS50 with a little bit of drive on, but you can certainly get some beautiful clean tones out of this guitar as well. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to demonstrate the clean sounds you can get out of this instrument by playing a small chordal rhythm guitar passage followed by a single line improvised passage, demonstrating the neck, middle and bridge settings. Let's check it out. My history with the Ibanez AS50 guitar goes back to 2008, when I picked up my first AS50 for pretty cheap. I ended up with two AS50s, a cherry red AS50 right here, and also an antique violin brown sunburst AS50, which I also used a lot. Both of these guitars have been serious workhorse instruments for me, starting from some of the earliest days in my professional career. I would exclusively use one of these two AS50s on my earliest recordings as a hired guitarist, on my earliest recordings under my own name as well, including my Autumn EP from 2015, as well as my earliest videos on this channel going back to 2013, which some of you might recall. The AS family of guitars from this vintage Ibanez era really do give you everything you need, and they've stood the test of time. In my opinion, these designs refined the idea of the semi-acoustic electric guitar better than anyone else. And it's no surprise that you still see these guitars after all these years showing up in the hands of guitarists all around the world, myself included. The final iteration of the AS50 guitar showed up in 1982, this time with a pair of Super 58 pickups on board. This would be the last year that the AS50 was made, and in the same year, 1982, we started seeing the Ibanez AM family of guitars appear, initially billed under the name Stagemaster. The AM family of guitars arguably offered an even more streamlined edition of the small body semi-acoustic instrument. As a matter of fact, the AM family of guitars are still in production today, including my personal favorite, the AM153QA, which you will have seen me playing a lot on my channel right here, and it's become one of my main instruments. The classic AS50 from Ibanez is still one of my favorite guitars of all time, and in my opinion, really one of the best guitars ever made. The same goes for the AS200 and the AS100 guitars. What I really love about the AS50 is the slim neck profile in combination with the no-frills nature of the electronics of the instrument. 3 pickup settings, easy to play, the guitar's ready to go for you at any time. I hope you've enjoyed this look at some of my favorite classic Ibanez guitars today. Make sure to hit subscribe down below and click the bell for notifications so you don't miss any of my new videos. And if you'd like to learn my approach to the guitar, join me at bensguitarclub.com. I'm going to play a little bit of solo guitar for you now. I hope you enjoy it, and I hope to see you around here again sometime soon.